Hello, hello, hello. It's Mary with Mary's Card Cafe, and tonight we are going to be playing around with embossing. Dry embossing, wet embossing. Hello, Miss Shar. Be sure you say hello, guys, and if you would share and like. Make sure you say hi because I will be giving away a few little prizes tonight. Hello, Rosemary, because it's been a couple weeks. Here I thought last week I'd be getting ready for my stamp tea cramp, but I had side effects from my second COVID shot. Oh, terribly so. The Elegantly Said bundle here, it's got the punch and the stamp set. The amazing thing on this are all of the sentiments, anniversary, birthdays, thank you, support, just fantastic. And hi, Mary. The one of the cards we're going to be making today actually is inspired by a robe that I have. And I should actually have the robe so I could show it to you guys, but that's okay. Oh, you got sick too, Shar? Oh my gosh, yeah, it was bad. I was down for like 3 days. So, hey, Lynn, welcome, welcome. Yeah, and if you guys don't know, checking out my blog or different things like that, I have an in color club that's going to start in May, collecting some of the 5 new in colors over time. I also have a paper share opportunity that's going on. That you can reserve your paper share for all of the new papers in the Stampin' Up! New catalog. You can take a look at that as well. It's going to be awesome. And I have my open house that's in person on May 8th, and I'm also thinking about doing a little bit of an open house online too. Just thinking about how to do that. But if you would, give me a little thumbs up, like, and share. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves started. I'm just kind of making sure I'm catching everybody. Hope your weather's doing well. We've kind of chilled down a little bit again, but that's okay. That is okay. So let's see. Oh, there's just about a week left for any of those retiring things. Yeah, Shar, I'll be, the deadline to order for people is May 3rd for the paper share. And then I will order all of those things. I will get them, I will cut them, package them, and all of that, and then get them out on that. I think it was between the 12th and 14th of May. So that's going to be exciting. Thank you much. Also, too, if you don't and you haven't, and you want to get one of the new annual catalogs that starts fresh May 4th, I'm happy to send you one. You just need to message me. All of that's kind of on my blog, and when I share them for my blog posts on Facebook and all of that for you to check out. 80 for 2 days, now you drop to the 60s. Oh my gosh. Oh, goodness. Well, hey, let's get started with our embossing, all sorts of fun. So I have to tell you, I have a very plush, hello, Carol. I have a very plush robe. That's just a beautiful, gorgeous grape color. We'll call it gorgeous grape. And it has these filigree things, what I would say kind of embossed on there, but it's actually woven in, but it's a little bit of a different color. So it almost looks like it's embossed. So when I saw this stamp set, the first thing I thought of was my robe. And so we're going to use it to do our card. And so let's see what we have. I have our first project is I have a thick basic white, 90 degrees, and Marita? Can't stay too long, your daughter's cooking dinner and it's almost ready. Oh goodness, Kathleen, that's okay. I always upload this to YouTube, so you know. And if your number's called for a prize tonight, that's all right. You'll just get a little happy mail. Hi, Cheryl. I do have the gorgeous grape, and then I have a scrap white for some punching out for a sentiment or what have you, okay? So let's talk about our embossing. This is what we call wet embossing, okay? Wet embossing is when you are using Versamark, which is a watermark type of pad. So there's some sort of ingredients in here, but what it is, it's tacky and it stays wet so that when you stamp on it, you will get kind of just a deeper color onto your cardstock. But then you can also then emboss it using using the embossing powder. So these are the actual sizes of the stamps, and this is the one we're going to use right here. And again, what I think about this upcoming set, hello Priscilla, this upcoming set is it's called Elegantly Said, and it's that because look at all of these beautiful sentiments. They have the different font, they have text right here, and then the cursive writing. There's birthday, anniversary, thank yous, for you, thinking of you, getting well, all of those. Just so great. So let me grab a block here. And what we're going to do, is that going to work for me? No, I need a bigger block. Bigger block. Mayday, mayday. Bigger block. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is bring my Versamark to the stamp. I'm going to ink it up very, very well, and I'm going to come and stamp in this corner. Just like so. And you'll see what I mean about it kind of darkening a little bit. You can kind of see that there. I'm going to repeat the same thing and do it on this corner. Now what's really cool with the Versamark, I could leave it just like this. Just leave it as a water spot that kind of deepens that if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So I'm going to bring in my old little tray years and years ago. I had a little embossing tray here, and I have Stampin' Up's white embossing powder, and now I'm just going to pour that right over the area where I use the Versamark and the image. And now I'm going to just flick and tap off. And now, can you see? How beautiful is that? Now, don't do anything. If you've not embossed before, you could accidentally wipe that right off. What we have to do now is we have to take the embossing powder and put heat to it. It's the heat that will then melt the powder. You still have your tray too, Lynn? Yeah, you need some sort of tray. If you have a little, I'll show you something else that I have. I have another container that I use for my clear embossing. So then I'm going to bring in Stampin' Up's heat tool, and I have to tell you, I love Stampin' Up's heat tool. Let me tell you why. It takes a little bit, and once it heats up, it gives some great heat off and works very quickly. Now what you do when you're doing your heat embossing, you hold back a little bit, don't get too close, but you want to just hold. You don't want to wave like you're drying your hair, because that actually causes the heat to kind of go out. We want to keep that heat very focused, and you'll see it start to get brighter white. And now as it gets brighter white, I'm going to slowly just move. Slowly move along. And you probably can see it changing. The cardstock will curl up just a little bit as it heats, but can you see that changing? Right over to the pure white. It got brighter, and I'll just go back and forth a little bit here. Not fanning, just slowly going back and forth. And now, can you see that difference, how darkened that is compared to this one? Now I'll come over here, and this is going to go much faster now that the gun is heated up. I just find that the heat is much more concentrated with Stampin' Up's heat tool. There we are. Now we have our embossed, and you can see it's glossy. Just looks really great. Yeah, so that looks a lot like my robe, except my filigrees aren't white. They're just a lighter purple, but it's so funny. I wish I would have pulled down my my robe, but I didn't. So, all right. So now let's take that. This punch is interesting. That's as a bundle of it. It has kind of that ornate little top to it. What I like about it, if you take a look, it's got kind of these little slots here. That would be really good for ribbon. So we're going to take a look at that. But I am going to do. I'm going to do this one that says, "Life has changed for you, but my love and support never will." That's a beautiful sentiment. Let me go ahead and put this down, pick it up, There we go. And I have my gorgeous grape, and I'm going to stamp first because this set's not been used to make sure I'm going to be okay. So there we go. Now it doesn't matter if I'm a little crooked on that white, because when I use my punch, that will allow me to get it in the right. Now, one of the things I want to do though, I need to trim this because I want to use the sentiment and the punch to be a little bit different. Almost. Got to go just a little more. I'm not going to have the curly part up top. I want it to be on the side. So let's see if I can do it here. There we go. Come on. That was the first time using that punch, and I think that was a thick basic white. So I'm going to adhere this down. Hey, Nichelle. Nichelle was the person who said, hey, Mary, you should think about doing some embossing things. So guess what, Nichelle? We're doing all embossing tonight. Yay! So this was my inspiration from my robe that I have that has these types of things, and my robe is purple too. All right, where'd my pen go? Here it is. Nichelle. So how you feeling, Nichelle? You doing better? Nichelle also had effects from her COVID shot, her vaccine. Shared. Go, girl. That's what I ask people to do. I ask people to share. Okay. Now I am going to grab this beautiful, gorgeous grape sheer ribbon that is out of the January to June mini. And I am going to grab my ribbon scissors. And I'm going to cut a nice chunk off that. I don't mind cutting excess of my ribbons because Stampin' Up! Gives you so much on a roll of ribbon. It's great. Yeah, that's great, guys. Appreciate you sharing. So then once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and, let me do a little tape so it'll hold it. Because it wants to jump away from me. None of that. But I'm going to put it right inside there, like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and tie my bow. Now I could have stamped I could have punched it out with the writing going this way and the bow on top, but I kind of wanted it on the side. Now I'm going to turn this so I can do this. Let's see. Can I get my bow the first try, ladies, tonight? I did it! I got my bow on the first try. Woohoo! No pressure, no pressure. 5 days, huh? Yeah, mine was, I think I was really poor for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then I slowly started feeling better Sunday. But I tell you, it was just so, So very cute. That would have been really cute with the bow on top, I think, too. But I'm going to go with it here. So we need Stampin' Dimensionals. And our first card will be done. And so people think, oh my gosh, embossing, that's like so time consuming and so difficult. No, it's not. What did I do? I stamped it twice, poured some powder on it, stamped a greeting. And now put that in. So there's the front. And now when I go inside, I might do a little bit of, what else could I do with this? There is a really nice little flower that I could do inside. This flower is really nice. So let's do it. But I have to see how strong this flower stamps because it's a solid flower. I'll show you what I mean. Look how pretty that flower is. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that will be so pretty on the inside. Wow, look at that. That is a gorgeous flower. And there we have it. Life has changed for you, but my love and support never will. And there's even this stamp on that could be really nice. It says, true love stories last forever. So that's a fantastic sentiment for someone who's lost a loved one. Would be really, really great. So there we are, using that punch, having it go off to the side with our bow that way. It's kind of fun, I think. All right, dry embossing, wet embossing basic. We stamp in Versamark, we pour our powder, we shake off the excess, and we use our heat tool. And when we use our heat tool, we don't fan it. We hold it steady and slowly go while it changes and melts that powder. Very pretty. Project 1, complete. Did I write you down as being with me, Miss Cheryl? Oh, I did not, I better. I am gonna give away a couple prizes tonight, since it's been a little while, and I appreciate you guys with your patience with me. All right, so Elegantly Said, becoming available May 4. Oh, and if you're coming to my open house, I'm going to have a basket full of wonderful products as a prize basket for placing orders, so that'll be a lot of fun. And I think that Elegantly Said bundle is going to be in there. I think I ordered 2 of those. I ordered one in like the suite where you could pre-order, and I ordered just the bundle. And so I'll go ahead and I'll clean these off quickly and put them away. Just set them off over here. Okay, now that was fun, but you guys know that there is the Love of Leaves stamp set that was in the, I believe it was the holiday catalog this past year. And it was a carryover item. And so this item is still available. Is it in the annual catalog now? No, because it was in the holiday one. Oh, I'm so confused. But anyway, it is going to continue. It will be in the new annual catalog as well. But this technique we're going to do now is we're going to do some Emboss Resist. Okay? Now Emboss Resist is really fun because it will give you some nice color effects. So it's really cool. So again, I have a thick basic white, because you know when you cut a sheet of cardstock, you get 2 card bases. Oh, hey Vicki, no problem. Glad you're here. We're just doing some embossing. I absolutely love this. This is a stamp set with coordinating dies. Beautiful. And a lot of people think, well, this is great for like the fall season. No, it's great. It's hello, thank you, thought of you today, all sorts of things. So let's take a look at what we're going to do. I went ahead and I mounted my leaves on some blocks, and we're going to do the same thing when it comes to embossing, except I'm going to be using clear embossing powder. Now my clear embossing powder I put into a container like this because I have quite a bit of it, and when you're doing clear embossing you kind of want a lot of it because you'll find that you'll do a lot of things with clear. So that's why I have it in that container. So what I'm going to do with my Versamark is I am going to ink up my leaf. And what's really cool about this particular stamp set is it has a lot of shading already done in the leaves. And, ooh, let me turn that over. I think I had some ink on this. Oh, I did. I was trying something out and I didn't clean it. Ooh, sorry. Let's try that again. Take 2. Oh, no reactions. Oh, that's so nice, Priscilla. You and your husband didn't have any reactions. That's good. My husband, Lenny, he got the Pfizer. So, I don't know. I got Moderna. I'm going to do this little guy. And you can kind of see where the leaves are once you stamp. I know you can't see it, but I can sort of see what I have here, and so I'm going to keep going. I don't want to do the whole card. I just want to do kind of a cascading look. So I'm going to kind of turn to see where I have that. Okay, and I think I can go right here with this one. There we are. And I think that's all I'm going to do, except I might do one little part of this one right here. There. And now we'll have to just see, where did those leaves end up landing, right? Sometimes with embossing, when you're doing it on white, it's a little hard to see, but we'll see. We'll see what I did. Now for this, I'm going to bring my tray back in, and I'm just going to lift some up. I'm going to bring it over and shake, shake, shake. Do a little tappity tap. And boy, it's so funny when you look at it right now, you can really see that. It's actually on there pretty thick. It almost looks like velvet paper. You know, if you remember the velveteen paper that we have, it's kind of raised and has that. I just want to make sure I'm getting my tip of that one. All right, and now wonderful tray, if you can find them anymore. Put that right into my container. No mess. Put my lid back on, no mess. And we're going to just heat this now, just like we did the last one. We're just using a clear embossing powder, not white. So it's not going to show up on here very white. It's going to be kind of matching the basic white. Again, so I'm holding it steady, waiting for it to get shiny. And now it did, so I'm going to just start moving it slowly. Boy, when the tool heats up, it just goes. I don't know if you can see that shininess changing. Ooh, it's just going. Sorry for the noisy machine. Now what you always want to do is you want to kind of turn it, because I can even see I'm turning it to make sure I haven't gotten everything yet. Now I think I do. Okay. I see all that shiny, shiny, shiny. It's interesting. This particular set, like I said, it's got some shading in there, so it'll be interesting to see how our ink now takes this. All right. You keep it all in that container, but it still kind of floats away on you. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my blending brushes, because when we do emboss resist, what we mean is our ink is going to resist the parts that we embossed. So I'm going to start with a new in color, little peek of the new in color Pale Papaya, which if you're part of the in color club, you would get your stamp pad, your refill, your cardstock, the Stamp and Blend combo pack, and the ribbon, which is a $36 subtotal each month. For 5 months. You would buy one of the color groupings. See what's happening here now, you guys? I'm going to come a little closer so you can maybe see even better how the Pale Papaya is resisting. Hey, Lenny? Yeah. Could you grab that? I'm just going to ask my husband, can you grab that paper towel roll right there and give me a piece of it? So there's our Pale Papaya. Thank you. We're going to need a little paper towel when we're done. Now we're going to do Highland Heather, which I just re-inked, so I'm going to make sure it's not too strong with our beautiful color here. Lovely. Oh yeah, looks like old summer sun. An oldie but a goodie. And then we're gonna go with our mint macaron. I could have brought in the, I could have brought in the soft succulent, except that my brush already had mint macaron on it. So I kept with that color. So we've got a little bit of a pastel look going on there. So I'll set my brushes aside. And now I'm going to bring in my paper towel and I'm just going to rub over where we embossed. And then there you can see how it's almost like the photo negatives where the you get those, but isn't that cool? Like almost sunspots when you've left something out in the sun on top and you take it away and just the white is there. So isn't that fun? So I'm gonna lift you back up here just a little bit. Let's see how that goes. All right, and this is gonna go on here. But you know, I had one of the leaves cut out. It's a a little bit different color though, so I'm not quite sure how good that'll look. But I thought that leaf in there could be neat, except it's not the pale papaya. It's off just a bit, but I almost don't think that matters. So let's try it. I had done a specialty class on, I don't know if it's a specialty class or if it was just like a stamp a stack or something event like that. There we go. Where I did, we'll do something here and do a little, where we did that card, and I actually had just a whole bunch of them in a bag, so I pulled it out and said, I guess I'll use it. So we have the really cute little sayings here. I am going to do, that's right, I have this one that I want to do. I want to do this one. And I need some scrap white. We'll use our scrap white here. I'm going to use the pale papaya for my greeting. I think. Nah, I think that's going to be too light. I think I'll go with the Highland Heather. I think Highland Heather will be dark enough. Boy, looking on the screen, my Highland Heather looks blue. Well, I just got mint macaron. No, Highland Heather, has to be. Yeah, you can. You can make your own designer paper with your stamps. You certainly can be. There we go. Your friendship is something I know I can count on. And then I'm using the Retiring Story Label punch. I like this punch a lot. And I'm going to go this way with it, just like here, this. And then, where is my blending brushes? I'm going to bring our mint macaron, I think. And then I'm just going to come around just to take off some of that white, stark white. There we go. And I'll glue this down. I'm gonna glue this down right about here. Now I'm covering up some of my little guys there that I did, but that's okay. I'll go with 3 low dimensionals there. Kind of interesting, I just used this punch. Uh-oh, my video got paused. Kind of interesting, I'm using this punch kind of sideways too. I just realized that. So that's fun. So that's a little bit of what you have there with the, that's called emboss resist. Anything that you have that's kind of a bold image will be really good to do that resist technique. Oh, I'm all fuzzy wuzzy, guys. Or is it my fuzzy wuzzy to you? I'm all fuzzy. Somebody let me know. Am I all warped up and fuzzy? Blurry picture, yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's hope it comes back here. Not fuzzy there. Oh. We'll have to see here as we go. It's a little bit. I think I should move this mat because that's just kind of, with the fuzziness, it's kind of yucky. Okay, we are back in business. So for our next card, you guys, again, I'm using our basic thick white, but I have this beautiful scalloped rectangle that I cut out using the new scallop and contour dies that go with the color and contour stamp set. It's this largest rectangle right here. And I absolutely love how it has the little bubbles here with the holes with them. I just love that. And I already die cut it out because you'll see what I'm gonna do next. We're gonna do a little dry embossing. And then I also have a piece of the Pale Papaya in color designer series paper. I want to show you guys the in color designer series paper. Oh, that is not the in color designer series paper. My gosh, that's funny, you guys. I grabbed the wrong thing. Let me grab the right thing. Ah. There we go. So this is the polished pink and the evergreen, evening evergreen, and our Pale Papaya, and ooh, what is this one called? Fresh Freesia. The soft succulent is not here because I actually have it getting ready for my Simply Succulent specialty class that's going in the third weekend in May. So I just had a blog post on that in the Simply Succulent specialty class. We're gonna make 4 cards and then a little package, gift. It's gonna be fantastic, but I went ahead and I cut that too. Now you're gonna say, Mary, why did you cut that piece of designer series paper? Because we really don't get to see very much of it. And I'm gonna say, I know, but you do see it, and so it will work. So now when I put this over top, you're gonna say, oh, it's gonna get covered up, but look it does really great. It just gives that little peak of color, and it'll be fantastic. Your video is skipping, what's the die set? The die set is the scallop contour dies, and I'm so sorry that the video is getting kind of fuzzy here and there. We have some construction that's happening across the street, and I think it's affecting us. All right, well now I need to bring in the die cut machine, you guys. So let me lift you up a little bit. Whoa, don't lift up that much, Mary. I'm gonna bring my machine in, the regular Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we're gonna be using the Dandelions 3D embossing folder. Aren't they pretty? I think they're pretty. So what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna take the rectangle I've already done, and I am going to put that down so I can get most of my dandelions in there. And I actually would like the dandelions to be a little bit lower, so I'm gonna do that. And now I have it there. So I've already embossed that square, cut it out, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take off the 2 bottom plates, the plate 3 and then the thin die adapter. I'm gonna go ahead and set that down on my mat, and then my 3D die plate goes on. And now I'm going to run it through the machine. All right. And there we have it, you guys. We have these beautiful little dandelions, dry embossed on our panel that I already did the scallops on. So this piece was actually embossed twice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and bring out my little sponge daubers. You get a package of 10 of these little daubers when you purchase them. I'm going to ink up my soft succulent. And now I'm just going to come in here and drag my sponge dauber a bit to go ahead and get some of my color in here. And I do want it spongy, and it's okay that it's over the edge. There we go. And then I'm going to grab our pale papaya again. And for this, I'm just going to kind of go around and around. It's going to get some little different dimension of color and shade. Stampin' Up! In the new annual catalog, you'll find out that they are bringing some pastels back. You had pastels a long, long time ago in squares, but we actually are going to have them in stick form. So that's really great. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. So I'm going to do a little bit of the ribbon, I think. I was going to do ribbon across. Let me see. I have my pale papaya ribbon. Oh, I need to grab this. I hadn't opened this. You guys know anything about opening these ribbons? It's kind of a pain. Does anybody have a trick about opening theirs? That little cellophane that's on the ribbon just does not work out for me very well. There we go. Do you still have your old pastel chalks, Lynn? Oh yeah. These are not my ribbon scissors. No. There we go. All right. So I'm going to do a little adhesive. That always helps me. Yep, I did an awful lot of ribbon, didn't I? I'm going to come over here with this. I'm going to turn it around. Can I do my bow first time? First try. Let's see. Is it going to be a good night for bows? Is it going to be a good night for bows? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Now remember, sometimes I say my bows get a little loose when I go all the way around the cardstock. When I make my bow, that's okay, because then I just turn it over and then I'll bring a little adhesive just right like that, and then I can kind of just pull it and stick it down, and it just picks up any of that excess. And then these little guys, I'm going to bring them in between those little scallops. There. That's going to come on here like so. I don't think I'm going to raise it up with dimensionals. I think the dimension of the dandelions themselves is good enough. That's pretty. I feel like I got a little bit sloppy with my green. What I'm doing is I'm just not going back over the dandelions with the tape because I don't want to press out any of that dimension. Make sure I'm even on that border all the way around. And now I want just a little tiny hello right there. And my Love of Leaves stamp set has that cute little hello right here. So I'm going to grab that. Little block. You are. And the hello, I'm going to do, I think, in the soft succulent color. I get one shot at this, don't I? Because I already glued it down. Hello. That turned out cute. Hello. So we have double dry embossing here. I die cut this out. So I guess we can't say die cuts embossing, right? Because it's a stamp and cut and emboss machine. So we did our die cutting and then we did our dry embossing with our 3D embossing folder. There we are there. What else did we do? We did our embossed resist, where we embossed our images with Versamark and clear embossing powder, and then used the blending brushes to do that. And then we had the first one, which was just our straight up wet embossing, again, but this time with the white embossing powder, so that we have that beautiful, brilliant white. Did a little bit with some of the new ink colors, right? Get a little taste of those. I really do like the ribbon here. I love the, you know, if you think about this ribbon and then the gorgeous grape ribbon, they're both sheer ribbons. But see, the grape sheer ribbon has just that very thin edging. But the new in color sheer ribbons have a wider satin edging. So it has just a little bit of a different look. So there's a few projects, guys. So I have down here, I have Char and Rosemary and Mary Schultz and Lynn and Bee and Kathleen, Carol, Priscilla, Nichelle, Cheryl, and Vicky, and Colleen. Did I get you? I didn't get Miss Colleen. And Colleen, didn't see you there. Welcome. Hello. Did I miss anybody else's names? Oh, yes, with Q-tips. Q-tips would have been a great idea and maybe a little better to use on my stems since they were so skinny, right? The dauber worked just fine on my daffodils. I mean, my dandelions. Which, it's kind of surprising I like that dandelion folder because my husband knows too. I don't like, oop, Tina. Tina. Thank you, Tina. I did say hi, I think, to you earlier. Just didn't get you written down. Oh, all right. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, let's see. I've got my little numbers here, and I've got you guys listed all the way to 13, but I have 14 people washing. So who did I miss? Maybe I just miswrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. All right. So, yeah. We are ready. What am I giving away? Oh, heck, I don't know. What am I giving away? How about I make it surprises today? How about your prizes I send you will be surprises? That's always fun. Maybe it'll be something new that's up and coming. That would be fun. Okay. Here we go. My first one is, well, nobody's got that number. How about number 11? Ooh, 11 is Vicky. Vicky's number 11. She's going to win a prize. What will she win? She doesn't know. Oh, Victoria White. Victoria, you are number 14. That's who I was wondering. All right, the next one is 2. Who is number 2? Rosemary. you're number 2. What are you gonna get? What are you gonna get? Jessica, you say the middle one's your favorite? Well, thank you. And number 12. Colleen, you are number 12. Yay! Oh, you guys, I can't go with odd numbers, so let's do one more. Let's do one more. Nobody's got that number. Let's see, nobody's got that number. See, if we had 20-some people watching, somebody in the 20s would have won. That's number 22. All right, I got it. It's number 14. Victoria, number 14. There you go. Our winners tonight are Rosemary, Vicky, Victoria, and Colleen. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I appreciate you so much. And again, check out my blog and check out Facebook. Make sure you join on Facebook and follow me. I'll always load up my videos to YouTube as well. But there's some great things, the In Color Club and the Paper Share and my Simply Succulent specialty class. I'm so excited about that one. So guys, you know what I'm going to tell you. Until next time, happy stamping.